Hi, I'm Josie. I work with the Derwent Catchment Project.
Hi, I'm Darcy O'Connor and I'm the River Restoration Officer for the Derwent Catchment Project.
We wanted to talk to you about the Lachlan River project, which was funded through the Preparing Australian Communities grant, which was designed to improve flood resilience. So the Lachlan project came out of some big flooding events that really impacted the community.
It was a major flood, and it changed the outlook. That if you look down that bank there was a lot more land there that's just gone. When it was going in full flood, you could hear the rumble of rocks, big rocks, moving through.
We had floods in 2018, which would have completely covered that area with the blockages and things.
The flood in 2022, and it come right up into where we're standing here now, at this level.
It's a peri-urban environment, meaning that it's lots of small farms. So what we've been doing is working with the community and council to deliver a program of works that improves the health and the resilience from a flood perspective. The most important thing for us has been the partnership with local government, so the Derwent Valley Council, which has allowed us to get the funding to make this happen by working with the national government. And what we've been able to do is restore the river.
The key issues that came to mind were there's a real lack of good riparian vegetation. There's a massive willow infestation. And there's pretty significant erosion at a few sites. And so they're all byproducts of a pretty major disturbance that's occurred across the catchment over many years. And the willow process lines up pretty well with the seasons. So spring, summer, when the water's low and it's warm, you walk down the river and you poison the willows. By the time autumn, winter rolls around, the willows are dead and you can fall the willows. So that leaves the roots intact, providing a bit of bank stability. And that means when the willows hit the creek or they hit the bank, they don't break up into a million living fragments. They just break up into a million little sticks. So you get a digger in, you get an excavator in, you pull the willow out, you stack it up on the bank and you burn it. So then you're left with a site that's calling out for restoration. We have an in-house nursery that grows 90,000 native plants a year, and that's local species and local seed. And the outcome of that is that it's as most likely to succeed as possible. The biggest risk to the success of the project after that is flood. So flood's inevitable, we just need to work around it. Another big issue on the Lachlan was erosion, and that was a consequence of a lot of upstream forces that were really channeling the water and speeding it up, so it would scour the riverbank, and it also meant that when there was a bend in the river, it would really hit it with a lot of force and erode it really quickly. There was a few key sites that were high value, so there's a house nearby or there's a public walking track, and we went for an assisted natural approach with our erosion. We used large rock bags, so they provide that short-term bank stability. The benefit is that they're really flood resilient and self-supporting. So in a flood event, you'll wash down a bunch of sediment, and that's full of seed, and it'll lodge itself in amongst the rocks and start building up that soil in the rock bag, and it's full of seed. So it grows, and in a matter of years, it starts supporting itself. It starts getting its roots down, roots sort of gently meandering down into the water, roots going back towards the bank, and you've just assisted the natural recovery. It's a very non-invasive approach to managing erosion.
So what we've done is removed all of the willows and trying to remove the impact of the willows. They basically clog the river systems and make them wider, so they cause big problems for flooding. And we've had a recent low-level flood event that was really proven that it has improved the flow, and we've had really, really good feedback.
It's less turgid, and a lot more flow, a lot more aeration. You can just see it.
It's definitely encouraging to see it being looked after, because it's been neglected for so long. It's not funny, and it's not the only one. It's been the best thing that's ever happened. You guys come along here and clean them up. And the trouble is, never went far enough. Could have took a few poplars as well.
Yeah, before you went into it, like really,
it caught everything that floated down. The willows caught everything. But now you've opened it up, the water will flow through pretty good now. That's helped it if we get another flood.
The water being able to get away has actually cleared the river. It's a lot cleaner, and now the native species have got a good chance to kick away and create a good biodiversity.
In the last floods in 2024 in September, it didn't even break the banks. It stayed within confines of the creek, which was pretty good when you consider that New Norfolk was flooded.
This is the type of project that's practical, it's real, it makes change. That's what we want to prove and show you that it's possible to replicate. We've got another 6 months of the project to run, but so far the proof has been in the recipe that we've used. We've had some great outcomes and we want to keep it going. And it's really important that we recognise that landscapes like these need to be actively managed, and that's what we see the role of the Derwent catchment and other community groups like ours that deliver catchment management.
If this was a pilot project, it'd be a great start for other areas in the Derwent Valley.
I think it looks good from everybody's point of view all the way through.
I think it needs to be well and truly a statewide sort of project to get rid of all the cracked willow in particular.
Most definitely, and it's been a very constructive and informative project.
Contributing to the environment, it's so important for the sustainability of the area.